Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with KeKe.
Hello, and thank you for kicking it with KeKe again. You are in for a treat today, guys. I have a special guest, but before I get into that, y'all know I got to tell y'all who I am for people who are new to the podcast. I am author KeKe Chanel. I'm also a certified life coach that specializes in mindset and personal development. So, the overall theme for the podcast is all about personal development and mindset. I believe that when we operate as our highest self, we go through life and live it more abundantly. So, that's a little bit about me. Let's get into this guest. I have someone special for you guys tonight. Y'all, if y'all watch TV and stuff, y'all may recognize him. He was on the current season of the Voice on NBC. So SolSong, how are you?
Hello. I am good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for coming to kick it with me. It is an honor, a pleasure, and we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Likewise. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I like to give my guests the opportunity to tell the audience a little bit about themselves. So you can say as much or as little as you like. So I'm gonna turn it over to you and you just tell the people who you are.
All right, cool. So hello everyone. I am SolSong. My given name is Dominique. I am from Saginaw, Michigan. I am 29 years old. And as previously stated, I was on season 22 of The Voice. I was only on for 2 episodes, but I made it to the blind auditions and the knockouts, and I was on John Legend's team. So I got a cool jacket, and I got to meet him and do all that good stuff. And I also got to be on national television, which was a really good opportunity. I guess a little bit of my background. I've been singing since I was really little. I grew up singing in the church. I grew up singing mariachi music in connection with my Latin roots. I also studied music in university. I studied classical music, and I also went to Spain and learned to sing flamenco there. So my roots are all over the place, from gospel to neo soul to jazz to Latin, literally a little bit of everything of the rainbow when it comes to my singing. But yeah, and right now I'm working on my own project as my kind of like my first time solo. I've always been in like groups or duets. And ever since The Voice, that kind of gave me the push to kind of be on my own and finally do something myself and dedicate myself to my own sound and my own music. So that's where I am at the moment.
I love
Again, thank you for
that.
having me on.
Yes, I love that. Look, that's a great resume, man, to be versatile and well-rounded like that because people just want that microwave fame and overnight success, and you have put in the
Right,
work. So
right,
I appreciate your
right.
artistry. I appreciate you developing your craft
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
studying everything. So kudos. And I might say kudos a lot because I love that word, right?
That's
So
okay. Yeah.
right. So okay, so that brings me to the first question I would like to ask you because you was going into some of my stuff by just introducing yourself. But since you were talking about how you started from church and singing mariachi and all of that stuff, I just want to talk a little bit about personal development. Like when the words personal development are heard by you, what does that mean for you?
That's loaded. But yeah, let me think about it. I guess off the top of my head, when I hear, and really it's from my heart, when I hear the words personal development, I mostly think of self-reflection and awareness.
Yes.
And being like aware of my journey and self throughout the whole process, and going through my life.
Mhm.
And that has been something huge for me in my music, self-reflection, i.e. personal development, because I've wanted to give up a lot and I have given up a lot.
Been there.
But
I've been
music
there.
always, brings me back to it. So yeah, I would say self-reflection and awareness with personal development.
I love that. And do you believe that it was your mindset that had to shift to keep you from going back into that cycle of wanting to give up repeatedly?
I would say so. I would
Mhm.
say so, and, like, and acceptance too is something that I would say, kept bringing me back in. But yeah, I definitely had to change my mindset, because I definitely, and I'm still working on that to this day, but I definitely am one of those people that sleeps on themselves constantly.
Yeah. You know that they say we are our worst critic. We
Yeah,
always find the negative instead of seeing the positive because, man, listen, you're ahead of the
it's true.
game. You are
Yeah,
actually doing what you love doing.
yeah. I know,
Yeah.
and it's something still that I'm struggling with to this day, but I do have to continuously reflect on that and kind of pause and be like, wow, like you really are doing this, like you really are in it,
Yeah.
regardless of where I'm at on the mountain.
Right.
But
Well, I'm proud of you. I know we just met,
thanks.
but I am. I'm
Thanks.
proud of you because I wasn't always there either. I was very I wasn't say that I was had low self-esteem, but I lacked the confidence to be who
Mm,
I was. But
mm,
I'm
that part.
grateful that I had people in my life that saw the potential in me and that glow and that difference that pushed me.
Mm,
And that's why I named my life coaching business Push,
mm.
Proclaiming Unbreakable Self-Healing.
Oh, I like that. Yes, I
Yeah.
like that.
And so we all need that push. And I didn't realize it until like maybe 2 years ago when COVID hit and we had to sit with ourselves and figure out what we're gonna do, right? Because we didn't know when we was gonna be able to go back outside. So I realized then that you know what, KeKe, people have always seen something in you that you didn't, and they were giving you that little push and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I think now, with what you said, self reflection and self awareness, that is our way of pushing ourselves. We have to be self aware. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to be able to get in the mirror and like what we see staring back at us and know that it's nobody else's, responsibility to change what we don't see but ourselves.
That part. That is you speaking life literally to me in this moment. Yes, like that is yes, exactly. 100%.
Mhm, mhm.
100%.
And I believe that, it comes with time, it comes with growth because we don't get it right all the time and life
Right.
happens. Life be life and it may give us a couple of curveballs and then we might be able to hit some out of the park. But we know that the game must go on even if we strike out. We just got to make
Right.
sure that we get back up to the mount and get
Right.
ready to
Right.
swing those curveballs, fastballs, or whatever and hit that home run. And the home run
Exactly.
will come. It just takes
Yes.
practice, you know. And I don't know why I'm using the analogy of baseball because I don't even watch baseball.
Yeah. But
But
because
it
it
makes
works. It
sense,
works
it
though.
works.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about life a little bit. When it comes to life and music, when you hear the word life, what's the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to music and life?
Hmm. I would say my ancestors, those that have come before me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I am really on the shoulders of there's so many musicians in my family on both sides. And, I always say I think my drive and really the soul of it all comes from those that came before me. Like for example, my mom is even she's still here, but she's a powerhouse. Like I used to just be in awe as a young kid seeing my mom sing in church and the charge she had over the crowd and the way people responded to her singing and my aunts and some of my uncles, and it was just ridiculous watching all them sing and how much
Right.
people loved them.
Mm-hmm.
And I always, growing up, I aspired to command a crowd like that, or to be in the spirit like that, or to be like them and to really sing like them. So I would say really my life is about taking those lessons and drawing from the pool of wisdom that I have, people that have gone before me. And that
Right.
really is what uplifts me and what keeps me going. It's almost like imagine like a fireplace or like a wooden stove, and then you have to
Mm-hmm.
keep putting in the coal and the wood chips. Like those would be kind of like the treasure trove of wisdom that I have from my ancestors, and that strength and knowing
Nice.
that
Mm-hmm.
that perseverance and stuff like that. Like that is kind of what fuels me to keep going, and what
Right.
I associate with life.
I
you know
love that. I love that because even if the embers are a little bit low, you could just keep adding it. It'll
yep.
it'll it'll start that flame again. It'll flicker.
Hmm.
And yeah, I love
Hmm.
that. And we have to make sure that we don't forget where we come from.
That part.
so
Yeah.
that legacy can go on from our kids and their
Mhm.
kids. And, you know, we have to talk about some of that don't look so good or sound so good
Exactly.
because,
Exactly.
you know, life didn't just start with us because we wouldn't be
Mhm.
here without our ancestors. So the fact that you can pay homage to the people that came before you and acknowledge that they poured into your life at such an early age and you were reflecting on that, that's, man, some people don't acknowledge that. Some people
Yeah, they
play the
don't. Yeah.
blame game and feel like their lives is the way that it is because they just stuck. They don't have that
Right.
mindset to know that we take from the things that came before us and
Mhm.
either make them positive or negative because
Mhm.
there's a cause and effect for everything in
That
life.
part.
So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, I love that. So life and music, and you talking about the ancestors. Okay, so life, love and music. When you think
Love
about
and music.
love and music, what comes to mind when you think about those two words?
Harmony.
Oh.
When I think of love and music, I would say harmony. And I think it goes into the fact that my music is a composite of all of my choices, all of my yeses and nos, those that came before me,
Mhm.
my, you know, my current thoughts, my current struggles. Like it when I write lyrics or when I'm thinking about melodies or chords or arranging or whatever, all of that goes into that. So the vibration that the sound has or the lyrics has to bring all of those in a harmonious, equilibrium in order for me to really truly convey what I'm trying to convey, and for it also to be truthful, and for
Mhm.
also to be honest,
Mhm.
so that when people hear it, those that are open and are really listening with their heart, they actually pick up on what I'm emoting. So that's what I would say.
You know what? You said something that resonated with me, listening with your heart.
Hmm.
Oh, I want to expound on that a little bit. When you hear that, what comes to mind? And I'm thinking about, for me, when I listen with my heart, is seeing the beauty that surrounds you in
Hmm.
everything that life brings,
Hmm.
because not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows. We all have trials and tribulations, but you have to know that you see the beauty in it all to
Hmm.
get us over those dark times that will encompass us at some point. So
Hmm.
when you're talking about listening with your heart, your whole heart, intentionally, what does that mean for you?
I think I feel like it means that it kind of takes away all the lenses and all the filters that you filter everything in your life through. It kind of takes
Mhm.
the top off. Your heart registers what's going on with you before the brain does. So,
Yes.
that's another brain or eyes, I guess, so to
Mhm.
speak, sees before your eyes does. So I feel like when somebody's really into their heart, that's where the truth is. Like the intuition and stuff is, it's all in the heart and not so much in the mind, because that has so many different players and factors that are going on with it. So if you truly are listening with your heart, you are actually seeing it. You're really seeing it for what it is, you know.
And experiencing it,
Yes, right.
because you have these thoughts, you have emotions, you have all kind of things that's going on in the mind that can come sometimes, like confuse the heart or
Mm,
either silence the heart, because
mm-hmm.
you're thinking with emotions or feelings and allowing your thoughts to get in the way of being intentional or being in the
Exactly.
moment. So I love that you say that. See, listen, y'all, I am so glad that I have him on my show as a guest. And look, I'm just full. I don't get speechless often, but some of the things that you've been saying, it's like, yes, I'm taking notes, I'm writing it down, because I like to go back and relive some of the moments of some of my
Mm,
guests. And I think that I'm a start compiling some of these moments to let other people realize, hey, this is what we have going on at Kicking It with
mm,
KeKe. You need to come on
right,
because
right.
my guests be bringing that heat, like for real. Okay, so I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to talk about music.
Okay.
And when I say a word, either say the first thing that comes to mind, or if you can equate that with a song that comes to mind, that would be great.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay, number one, peace.
Peace, just like a river, pretendeth my way. And when sorrow like sea, the billows roll, oh, whatever. That came to mind.
Okay, so just show out then. Okay, giving me little goosies and stuff. Okay. So I love it. I love it. Okay, so next word, light.
Light in the dark.
Like being able to press your way through.
Yeah, like it takes the light of consciousness to see the dark. Like light and dark are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't have one without the other.
Right. Love it. Self.
Mm. It's just me, myself, and I, sitting here thinking about yesterday.
Nice. Okay. So we have two more. And the fourth word is beauty.
This one's hard because it's so, I don't know. I think literally when you said beauty, my mind went blank. So I guess maybe I should just say stillness.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Hey, if your mind went blank, be still. Okay. So the last word, and I think it's a powerful word, fire.
I got fire in my veins, smoke in my brains, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Look, I wanted to do this because I've done it with previous guests before, but nobody wanted to sing. Like,
oh, really?
Yes,
Oh.
I'm like, how you gonna sing? How you gonna be a singer and not want to sing? So,
Right.
but yeah, but I appreciate that, and I love all of your answers, especially the one with beauty and stillness, because some people get afraid of the quiet. When you talk to yourself and you get more confirmation or energies and things like that when you're still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I like being by myself. My mama said that I used to be up under my bed and she couldn't find me because I was just
really?
Yeah, like I was either reading a book or I was under my blanket just minding my business because I didn't really like people back then. Don't tell them.
And you like them now?
Yeah, but you know what? I have a certain it's a certain energy that you have to have in order to get in my space. So
that's fair.
Because I don't know what your
That's
faith is,
protected.
but
That's good.
I love God, and I prayed the prayer that God connect me with the people that I'm supposed to be connected with on my platform, so I can give my audience the best of me as they receive the best of the person that's on the platform with me at that time. So it's alignment, and it's been manifesting. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it. Okay, so I know you said you started when you were younger. What has music helped you overcome the most?
I think music has helped me overcome my traumas the most, and specifically, I will say familial traumas as well as the traumas of just being Black. Because I would say that our music is like soul, jazz, neo soul, whatever it may be, is the soul of what's happened to us. It is our traumas being screamed and ringing through, like, of really what it is, even when it doesn't make sense. Like, one thing I really love about jazz is it's not supposed to make sense to you if that's not your experience. Like, when you hear someone doing runs and they're doing all these crazy runs, that's because there are no words for what that feeling is. Like, it's our language, and I think that connecting with that really has helped me to be more compassionate, even to the experiences of, for example, why I may not agree with my parents on something, or fail, or just things like I really see, like it really gives you, like, if you weren't there when you listen to our music and being Black, I'm like, I am there in this moment. Like I feel exactly what that's about,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of if I was there or not. And
Mm-hmm.
it's something like I can't explain it unless you are, one, if you're Black, or if you experience it when you listen to our music.
I get it, but you also have to be open-minded to
Yeah,
tap into that experience. Because, like you said, whether we were there or not, if you close yourself off from everything and be in the moment, you will feel something unless you're just a heartless or soulless person.
exactly.
For real.
Exactly.
And in the
Hmm.
world we live in, oh my goodness, you already
Yep.
know we have
Yep.
people like that, but we're not gonna give them a voice. We're gonna use our voice to speak life and love and light into the world so that
Hmm.
that can become infectious and it becomes normal.
Hmm.
Because we have to change the narrative when it comes to our lives.
We do.
Um,
Yeah.
stop being defeated or having that defeated mindset, because it's so easy to blame everybody else for what's going on instead of taking that accountability and doing the work to change your mindset so that you can experience that shift and come out
That
of
part.
that. So yeah, that's
That
just how I
part.
feel about it. And I could talk about mindset all day long because that's
Yeah.
my jam right there. But we won't
Hmm.
talk about that as much because I know we here, we talking about music and all of this
No,
kind of
I'm
stuff.
open. I'm open.
Oh, I know. I could tell. I could tell because look, you see me over here doing this, and yeah, I'm gonna hug myself in a minute because I just I love speaking to people who actually get it, and that's
Mm,
not closed off to the world to understand that it is not perfect, but it's what you make
mm,
out of it. And
mhm,
sometimes you have to figure out those traumas, tap into that in order to move
mhm,
forward.
mhm.
And you cannot really know your identity and who you are unless you know where you came from.
That part.
Yeah.
Yes, that is something very close to me. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so music. What would you tell listeners about music when it comes to SolSong that people just don't know or may not know? I'm asking for an
Mm.
exclusive right here.
Like that, that they don't know in regards to me and music,
Uh-huh.
or what do you mean?
Yeah,
Um,
you.
that they don't know. I guess, I mean, maybe through people watching the show,
Mhm.
and as they go through it and they come up to this question, this probably won't be a surprise, but I am also very open when it comes to music. Like I don't want to close myself off to my experience. So I am looking for, well, I sing in many different languages because I studied them in school for singing, but I am someone who really does want to kind of forego being pigeonholed into the American market. I want
Mhm.
to collaborate with artists from all over, like from all over different parts of the world, and go to those places and experience their music and different things like that. But I guess, like, maybe if I'm not understanding the question, or understanding the question right, it, I think, personally speaking, me in my everyday life, I take music is like me. It's everything. It's where I come from. It is put, food on my table. Like, music is literally like who I am.
Mhm.
And I really feel like, for example, coming from a musical family, that maybe somewhere before colonization and slavery, like, we would have been still singing somewhere, and that would have been our role in the community as the
Mhm.
people that sing the stories. Like, I really feel a really deep connection to it. And I get really kind of like, it's kind of disheartening to know in the music industry that it is so business-like and capitalistic, and that the artistry even is tied to money, because I'm just like, where is the soul though? Like,
Yes.
where is music going? Like, I'm not just trying to make a quick buck off of a dumb song. That's not what music is to me. So I think, like, I would tell people that I am a true musician, and I am a true singer, and I am dedicated to I'm dedicated to being open and honest and sharing my healing story, that it may help someone else. Hence, my name is SolSong. And the reason my name is SolSong is because in, like, our traditional myths, your soul is fire, and it's made up of the same substance as the sun. So everybody is down here to find out and uncover what their medicine is that they have to administer to the world. And so when you find out what that medicine is, which is your life journey, then you can administer it, and it is your soul shining out to touch other people's soul, which ignites their fire. So, I guess inspire, but igniting the fire, I like that a little bit better. So that's what my name is. And so that's what I hope to do with my music and other avenues, is to really just ignite the fire in other people and get them on their journey to find their medicine, whatever that may be. And maybe I can help other artists really find and carve out their space, because I don't think music is just superficial. I really do think it's healing. I really, really believe that it is a healing modality, and it can pave the way to so many other things. I just think that, with money having such a hold on it, people don't get to explore themselves as much, like that with music.
Right. And not just money, societal expectations. You always,
Yeah,
most artists feel like they have to conform when they're true fans and people that really love their craft and love them. We gonna support.
exactly. Right.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
love how you explain your name, and that was one of my
Oh,
questions coming
sorry.
forward. No, that's fine, because the last word that I asked you to equate with music or song was fire. And then for you to
Mm.
talk about that, I'm like, I did not know that. But that was one of the
Right.
words that I gave you. Like, for real, I just made these words up. I don't be doing too much when
Right.
you can't
It's
really see.
alignment.
Look, all the questions come to me as we go. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that's just how it works. That's how it works
Mm-hmm.
with Kicking It with KeKe. That's why I don't send questions over, because I
Mm.
don't know until we get into the moment, and then they just
Right.
kind of flow through me. And I know that's only God just working through me, because
Mm-hmm.
it's trying to, be just as open, as honest, as authentic as possible,
Mm-hmm.
so that the viewers or the listeners can relate to it on a personal
Mm-hmm.
level, and something resonates that you say or I say or we both say, that they can take and apply it to their lives to make it better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so tell us about your experience, of what you can say about being on The Voice.
It was a lot.
No.
It was a lot. It was a completely different world for me. I didn't really know. I kind of had an idea of what I was walking into, but not really, because I knew it was, even though it's a singing show, it's still reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that, um, I mean, it was a lot of work. You do a lot of filming, you do a lot of wardrobe fittings. Like, it's a lot goes on behind the stage. But it's worth it when you get to the performance, because then you're behind those doors and you know that there's a crowd and the judges have their, backs turned, you can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you're walking on for that moment, and that it all the gruesome aspects of it, and it being long and whatever, really, like, when I was on that stage singing, like, it was
It was worth
worth
it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that, yeah, it's because I don't really know how much I can say, but it was a lot of work. It is not for it's not for the weak. I will definitely say that it's not for the weak. But the environment, though, is very positive. There's always food for you to eat. Like, they're really, like, the people were really supportive and really
Mm-hmm.
nice. And I was surprised by that, because I was expecting, from what I've been hearing, even about showbiz, people just be mean and nasty, like, all the
Mm-hmm.
time. But when
Yeah.
I got there, people were really uplifting. Like, there was even, like, a psych person there. They really want to make sure that you feel good throughout the experience, so that you can sound good on the show. Like, they
Right.
want the show, they want you to sound good on the show. They don't want you to sound bad. They're
Mm-hmm.
not like other shows where, like, they have people come on that sound bad. No, they want to prep you. They prep you. They make sure that you are ready to give the best performance that you can, because
Mm-hmm.
they want a good show, which
Right.
works out for us because we want chairs turned.
Right.
So I would say that was definitely something really positive about that show. I will say, when I was singing, I don't think they showed this on TV, but man, when I was singing and when John Legend turned around, I was jumping up and down while I was singing. I wanted to throw that mic. I was done. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I done been here for like 2 months. Like, I am done. Like, I just want to throw the mic down. I came here to do what I had to do.
Yes, I know that was very like. How did you, besides wanting to throw your mic and stop? How did you actually really feel taking that moment in? Like, what was your thought process when that chair turned around? John Legend was right there watching. Like, hey, I want this person on my team.
It was an exhale. I like
Mm.
it was the like a huge exhale. Oh, like waiting to exhale. Like I had
Uh-huh.
been waiting to take a breath
Uh-huh.
like for months, longer than like 2 months. Like for a long time, I've been waiting to take that breath, which was getting that chair turn.
Mm-hmm.
And when he turned around, I was like, man, like this is legit. Like I am actually here. I cannot believe. Like I just couldn't believe it. I was in awe.
Mm-hmm.
I had no words. I was just grateful. I was thankful. I felt super blessed, and I was like, I just kept thinking about your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts will make room for you.
Yes.
But then I was also
Yes.
thinking like, well, I also had to make room for my gifts because I wouldn't be here, if I did it.
Yes, you
So
had to make sure that you did what you needed to do on
exactly,
your part. Yeah, because those doors can open, but if you're afraid to walk through them, what's gonna happen?
exactly.
They're gonna
Yeah,
eventually close. And like, you know what? You're not coming
right.
in. So okay, we're gonna close this door on you.
Yeah. And it was a God moment. And the reason, for me it was a God moment is because when he turned around, he said to me, every once in a while the voice God sends you an angel of music. And I was like, oh, that is a compliment. That
Wow!
is
Yes, my heart
that
just skipped
is
a beat or something.
I was like, oh, that is a
Oh,
compliment. So yeah,
yes.
I was like, I'm supposed to be here for whatever it is, whatever it gives me. Because I'm also a firm believer that you receive what you're ready for.
Yep.
Like I truly believe you receive what you're ready for. And so that's why I'm not, I don't have any negative things to say after, that. But yeah.
That was a mic drop moment, what you just said. You receive what you're ready for.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, so you already know what I'm about to ask you. Just can you sing us a little bit of the song that got John Legend to turn his chair around?
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember what key the song is in.
Take a moment,
It
take a
wasn't
breath.
a it was an Adele song. It was Turning Tables.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Close enough to start a war. All that I say, you always say more. I can't keep up with your turning tables under your thumb. I can't breathe. I won't let you close enough to hurt me, no. I won't ask you for you to just desert me. I can give you what you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye to turning tables. This is a little snippet.
Look, I'm about to turn my chair around. Listen. That's awesome. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
a
because
little
I,
rough, but
I like putting people on the spot, not to embarrass anything like that, but hey, you're an artist and
yeah, you gotta
you
do
have to
it.
stay ready so you won't have to
Hmm.
get ready, right?
Amen.
And you already know, look, we gonna speak it into existence. Somebody big is gonna watch this episode and reach out to you.
Amen. I received
Yes,
that. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So I like to ask this question on a personal note.
Hmm.
On a personal note, what would your now self tell your younger self about a topic that we talked about today? And we talked about a lot. We talked about personal development, mindset, life,
Mm.
love, music, listening with your heart, self-acceptance. So you decide, what would your now self tell your younger self about something we talked about today?
I probably tell myself to slow down.
Mm,
And the reason I would tell myself to slow down is because it encompasses all of that. It encompasses the stillness, and it encompasses the self-acceptance. It encompasses, really feeling my life with my heart. I was trying to, I'm a very impatient person. I try to rush through everything, and
Mhm.
that filters throughout my life in so many situations, whether it be relationships, I mean, literally everything, because I'm
Mhm.
so impatient.
Mhm.
Patience is a huge lesson for me, and I think with that, I would never have felt so. I wouldn't have felt like everything in my life was so, even specifically with music too, but was so debilitating.
Mm.
I felt like I let so many things knock me down and I wanted to give up so often simply because I was in a rush.
Right.
And I would ask myself, what were you in a rush for? This is what you do. Like, what are
Mm.
you in a rush for? Like, everywhere that you're supposed to be is where you are in that moment. And that's exactly where you are. Like, so I would definitely tell myself to slow down. And I think slowing down, I would have been a lot happier and been able to really hold on, not even hold on, really just experience the truth of the joy of the journey. And I wouldn't have always been trying to get somewhere when I already
Mm.
was at all times.
Right. 'Cause we psych ourselves out of the things that we already know that
Yep.
is our gifts. We know that God gave us this for a reason. We eat, sleep, breathe this. We feel this, we're confident about it, and we talk ourselves out of doing it. Like,
Mhm.
so now I'm in a place where I'm saying, why not me? I'm
Right.
I'm in this
Yeah.
room because I deserve to be here. I'm in this room because I know what I'm talking about. I'm in this room because God says so. I don't care what
Mhm.
anybody else say. And some people might take that as being cocky, but I take that as confident because I was
Mhm.
not always there. So
Right.
until you understand the journey that I had to go through to get to that place, don't talk to me about it.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. I
For
mean, it's
real.
funny, even when I was in the hotel, I was like hearing all these people sing in the hallway, and I was like talking to my parents and stuff. I was like, yo, these people can like really sing. Like some of these people can like, I don't even, and they're like, you can sing too. And I'm like, yeah, but like these people can sing, and they're like, you can sing too. And I'm like,
Right.
no, but you don't understand. Like, shut
There
up.
go that butt, having that butt
Yeah,
mentality. No, no,
exactly.
no.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. I get it because I was like that when I first started writing books because I was like, man, I got a book, but these people got five.
Right. Hmm.
And then God was like, slow down. And he had to humble me because I paid for an editing service and it was not done correctly. So my
Mm.
first book was flawed. It still is, but I'm going to fix it one day. But now I have 15. So I took
Whoa.
that as a learning experience to not give up, but to not put the integrity of my work in the hands of anybody else. Me do the work, do the research, and
Right.
get it done myself. And that's what I
Wow.
did. So
Congratulations.
thank you. So I'm an
Yeah.
award-winning author now. I'm
Whoa.
also a book consultant and a writing coach. So I help other people bring their books from pen to publication. So just think about if
Nice.
I would have given up after writing that first
Yeah,
book.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I say that to
And I wouldn't be
anybody.
here on here talking with
Right.
you.
Absolutely not. Like,
Right.
listen, I tell anybody that's listening that's afraid to carry out their dreams, go just do it.
Hmm.
Do it. If you fail, then you try again and you'll know what way to go so you won't do it again. It's a
Mm.
learning experience. We're not going to get everything right overnight, but in order to know if you do, you have to at least try, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would also say too that like don't discount the things that you think are mundane. So
Mhm.
just because you're in your room writing some lyrics to a song, that doesn't mean you're not going to be on a stage one day. You just writing a song. Like you gotta
Right.
like really like be in that moment as well. Like I think a lot of people, and I was, like this too. I was like, well, this ain't gonna get me here. This is not, how is this gonna get me here? How is this gonna get me here? And it's like, what do you think? Like, what do you think this is? Like, this is a whole journey. Just because you're seeing stuff and just because you're seeing the finished product,
Mhm.
like that's where you're thinking from the finished product. You're not thinking for everything that had to go into that. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
It's a
easier said
journey.
than done sometimes. But yeah.
It is, but you have to realize once you realize that life is a journey and not a race,
Hmm.
you tend to slow down and not have tunnel vision, and
Yeah.
then you can admire the scenery and all of the
Hmm.
little things along the way because
Hmm.
it may be something that's over to the left that can help you get to that journey, but you have to slow down enough to see it first.
Hmm. That
Oh
part.
yeah, take
Hmm.
those steps and apply them and learn from them. That's what I would have to say. So, is there any closing remarks or words that you would like to leave listeners and viewers with today before we get on off here?
Oh, I mean, I think I mean, I think we covered a lot. I mean, also I do, for anyone listening that is interested, in auditioning for The Voice, ask me questions. I will answer them if anybody needs help with that. I know a lot of people sometimes are on these forums and they're asking questions, but I just want to put that out there that I am not one of those people that will not answer and not talk to people. Super open. But yeah, I mean,
And I
just
can
keep
vouch for
going,
that. I can vouch for that because I actually talked to him in his inbox.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
him. So
No
yeah,
funny business.
right. Absolutely. But not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say keep going because I mean, again, I'm 29 and sometimes, this little voice will be like, oh, you're getting older, like, but just keep going. It doesn't matter. Just keep going.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you keep going, it doesn't stop,
Mm-mm.
you know, as long as you keep going. I love that. I love that. So SolSong, it has been a pleasure kicking it with
Thank
you this
you. Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you so much. I love your presence. I know we're virtual,
Likewise.
but I love it. I love the light in me identifying with the light in you. I love
Yeah,
it.
for
So
sure.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Before we go, tell people how they can connect with you. I know you're on social media and stuff like that. So tell them how they can, connect with you, support your product. I mean your project that you're working on and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram as SolSong Musique, but it's SolSongMuziq. You can also find me on TikTok at SolSong93. And you can also find me on SoundCloud at SolSong. I am on a kind of like a contractual hold right now for The Voice, so I can't really post that much.
Mhm.
But in the near future, there will be a lot of things that I will be posting and coming out with. So just stay tuned.
All right, y'all here to hear. Y'all stay tuned. He really can't say too much, because we already have those. What you call it? You can't really talk close. What's the
Yeah, the
clause? Yeah, you can't
NDAs.
really say anything. Yeah, so yeah, we appreciate you, and I'm gonna have to follow you on TikTok because I recently joined TikTok and I am addicted to TikTok.
Yeah, I'm addicted to TikTok, but I'm a newbie on it, but I got stuff up.
Yeah, I've been on there for a few months now, and let me tell you, I'm addicted to it. I have to
Yeah,
post something
yeah.
every day. But it's fun though. It is fun.
Mhm.
And I've connected with a lot of people that I probably wouldn't have connected with
Oh, yeah.
otherwise. Mhm.
Mm.
Yes. So again, you guys have been listening to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, Life, Love, and all that other shit. I am your host. I am also back every Thursday with a new episode. So y'all make sure y'all go back and check out previous episodes. Be here next week as well. Until next time, make sure that you love yourself and love on other people. Give yourself grace and understand that your gifts will make room for you and just do it. Stop getting in your own way and just do it. All right, guys. See y'all later.